Now in Webster's dictionary, I guess literally is defined as figuratively, because because that's how it's used most often. Because we have fallen into an idiocracy in which people didn't know what the word literally meant.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't change the definition because people start using a word incorrectly. You would hope.
You literally do. That's how definitions work.
That they literally did that in the traditional definition.
That's how we got to where we are. I promise you, if we step back 50 years, you'll barely understand the language. 500 and you won't be able to
50 years? They have TV shows from then, dude.
I would and they sound weird.
50.
Here's a perfect example. Look at Woody, 50 years old.
Woodworth, doth thou ready yourself for feasting time? Oh, yeah, I remember when I was a kid. Yeah, the ritual slaughter of animals on our farm. And serfdom. Yeah, no, there should at least be a little. Isn't that the line that the dictionary is supposed to hold? Hold the line of word definitions like, hey, you're using that one incorrectly.
No. If a bunch of the line, they're not the Rohirrim.
Hold.
I'm kind of on Team Taylor with this, in that, look, if we invent a new word, right? If all of a sudden we start saying like this thing is like giga huge, and that just becomes a way of saying really big, fine. Now we have a new word. But if I start using literally incorrectly, we should have a real resistance to changing the definition.
I've resisted it for a decade.
I'm with you.
I resisted for a decade. And what's the other one that I hate? When people say I could care less.
Supposedly.
Do you know what you're saying when you say you could care less?
You care quite a bit, I guess.
You're defining the amount you care as greater than zero. I could draw this on a math board if
I could care quite a bit less.
I
couldn't care less.
Couldn't care less about how you want to say that phrase because you're wrong.
No, I'm with you. I take great pride in knowing the difference between farther and further. That's one of my things.
Do you ever dominate someone in public with that?
No.
Hey,
you meant further. Sir, get away from me. You're approaching another customer's drive-through window. I couldn't help but notice.
That is not the urinal feedback I was looking for. Oh, me.
You to pull up further.
I meant when I said get further away, you knew what I meant.
Yeah. Get the hell away from me. Yeah.
You heard of the East India Company, the largest corporation of all time?
They had their own military. It's pretty cool.
What do you think the largest company today is?
Oh,
how do you define largest? For revenue, is it Apple?
Apple's got a whole campus. You know what I mean? Like Apple.
Lots of people do.
Yeah.
I think theirs is impressive. Like, it isn't like.
You
got the big one. Like I bet there's a bunch of people that go into NVIDIA headquarters, but Apple's thing, I've seen pictures of it, and it's like, it looked like a college, or there's like 5 or 6 major buildings there.
Yeah.
And then
Microsoft's campus is pretty neat too. If you like that, like a little town that is the city. I heard Elon Musk is building a town city in Texas.
I hope he does some Fallout shit where he makes every house retro futuristic and like to his like. I would love that if he made like Little America, like the place where the American dream lives.
That's like, Apple's headquarters.
If Elon Musk made his own community and he made a commercial for it that was Fallout, like Elon Town, where the American dream doesn't just survive, it thrives. And then there's like boom, we cut to like riding horses and fucking shooting guns, and everybody's wearing a cowboy hat. It's like America Town.
I'd like that.
What is this? Why is that a cartoon of Microsoft? It looks.
I don't know. But like the way that they had the soccer.
Someone made that shit in Sims.
Looked like a fucking MC Escher painting. It's like, why is that field angled downward?
Looking at those two campuses, I feel like I'd rather use. Shit, I don't even know. I want to know, how do you get around Apple's big circle? Tell me there's a car. Tell me there's a little monorail or something that you can just zip to the other side.
Monorail.
I'd bet that you don't leave your section that often.
Your section moves. You don't move. Your section moves.
Oh, it rotates like
it's
a
rings
puzzle
within
in Zelda.
Rings. Like yes, and they turn within one another.
Nanotechnology.
So you can go anywhere you want to at an incredibly high speed because it will be moving toward you and you'll be moving toward it.
Maybe they have those things that they have at the airport. where you
including sidewalks that were supposed to save us time.
Yeah, but they don't speed you up really that much because people don't know how to use them.
Do you walk on it or do you stand?
I walk.
I walk because I go extra fast, and that's fucking cool.
I passive aggressively almost get into a jog.
Those other people are just tackling dummies.
When I dismount, I'm gonna like have to do. I'm gonna bend my knees. And
I'm just gonna jump off a little bit. I'm flying by the fucking the Subaru or whatever the fuck.
Like I feel like people have respect for the rushed traveler though at the airport. Like if you're running down that thing and you go like on your left, like nobody gets mad like it's the street. Like
that guy
do that to me on the street. Where the fuck are you heading to?
Mm-hmm.
However,
trying to get to Toledo.
I agree with Kyle there. But when it's the security line, there is no begging, no nothing.
No.
You will wait in fucking line.
Let me tell you a story then. So I've been on both ends of that. I have had people beg, and they're just like they're offering their thing to show you that yes, indeed, I gotta go now. Like, look, here's the proof. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, go, the whole line. And emphatically, it's two people, whatever. Get gone. But I've also been the one who needed to beg. And I just sat there with the realization that I was a white man and I was late.
I'm gonna miss my flight.
Unlike those two little brown girls, no one would care.
I suppose ultimately everything's your fault. But the reason I was late for the airport was my GPS was wrong. It had me going to some it didn't take me to the gate where I needed to go to return my rental car. It took me to some private Orlando section there. Maybe if I had a private jet, it would have been good direction. So that's why I was late, and no one had any sympathy for me at the security line. They told me I should have planned better. It's like, I kind of did plan well. It just failed.
Yeah.
This was a flight home, too, so it wasn't the end of the world. It's not like you need to be there for the thing. Oh, wait. This might have been the flight to Chicago where I didn't get there on the day before when everybody had fun. I think this is what this was. I think there. I know there was one Chicago trip where I got there a day late and everybody they're like, oh, it was so fun. There was a clown and a petting zoo and Teresa over there, the hot one, she sucked everybody's dick. She said she's all sucked out though. So
she's full. She paid me to suck my dick.
It was crazy. It's 20 spot. Look at her. I still got it. She kissed it. She kissed it. Look at that. Hot as fuck. You wouldn't believe it. What were you late at the airport? But I was late and I just went to the ticket counter. I'd never been late. I was like, hey, I missed my flight. And they were like, oh, no problem. And they fixed it. And it was such a smooth process to get on the next flight. It's a few hours though. But I had Civilization 5 and that big fucking Razer gaming laptop. And I was good to go at the airport. You get on that airport Wi-Fi, plenty secure. Don't believe what you read online. And
Kyle used it one time without getting hacked.
You're reading an article written by a guy spinning a mustache, it's perfectly safe.
By the way, that's my go-to for travel gaming. It's Civilization 5 on a nice fat gaming laptop. That big Razer blade with I don't know how big it was. It felt like a full-size monitor.
Pretty dope. It had a 1070 in it.
That's plenty for Civ, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you sit it on a bed of ice, because the thing's about to be it would melt through your goddamn thighs. It would be so fucking hot. But yeah, I play Civ on the, I'd bring a mouse and a little mouse pad to throw on my lap or on the table or wherever I was. That was the game to kill time, because it's excruciating when you're at the airport and you're not part. I wasn't part. I think I was part of the Delta program where I could have gone to the Sky Lounge.
Yeah, and have
I don't know,
bad snacks.
But it was so far away from where I was that I didn't by the time I got there to that part of the airport and got back to my gate, it didn't make sense. But yeah, Civ 5 is the go-to for travel.
Dude, those Sky Lounges, if people have never been in the you either need a lot of miles, or I usually get into them because I have first class tickets. You can get in with that too. And from the outside, you see the frosted doors and some leather. It smells of mahogany. And you're like, oh my God, it must be great in there. Then you go in, fucking stale sandwiches and some undersized Coca-Cola.
Did you get a gift bag?
Cans.
Mine was mostly stickers and pencils.
Yeah, right.
You want those pencils?
Yeah, you can't take those on the plane, by the way. It's a threat.
Taylor, have you been to the Sky Lounges and stuff?
I've been to the Delta Sky Lounge. Yeah. Yeah, I was flying with someone. This is many years ago, but he was an older guy I was working with, and he like had flown so many times. We were going to a meeting together. He's like, "Oh, I have this. I can bring someone with me." And you're right. It's exactly that. I got in the elevator because you had to take an elevator up to that floor, and then it was like walking out and being like, "Oh, it's like a really, really nice dentist's waiting room, where like they have kind of old magazines, a lot of seating." Low quality coffee, and then like the snacks are nothing to write home about.
I got stuck in LA one.
A lot of chargers. They had a lot of chargers and outlets, and that was the thing that I liked.
Just before college, one thing that's usually there, somebody who's working and stressed, right? Somebody's traveling right now and they're working on their computer doing who knows what, but it feels like a library because of respect for that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you want to, be nice and quiet because it's like, man, if I were that guy, I would appreciate, him in my position being quiet. So I'll do the same for him.
Right.
Dr. Kwan was a no bullshit kind of pediatrician. My mom would be like, yeah, his nose is a little stuffy. He's already got that bulb with the saline solution up my nose. And it's just like, worm, like douching my brain. fucking filling my whole head up with that shit. And of course it clears me right up. But it was like, everything he did was rough. Every time he gave me a shot, every time he'd flip me around like he was like, yeah, look at the back of it over here. You see right here on his back? Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about that. He was like, I hated it. I was scared of Dr. Kwan. I hated Dr.
But you know what? It's funny because my doctor since I was a kid was Dr. Louis, and he was Chinese.
So no Koreans.
And he was Chinese, and he was amazing. Like he would look out for me. He would check up on me when I'm not coming in for my regular checkup. He would know the different, like, okay, this blood test is would worry me, but you're black and black people have certain situations where would be changed here, so you're okay. Over, like, he knew things that, and now I have he retired, and I have a new doctor, and I just don't have that. It doesn't feel like they like me. Not that they like me, but they don't have that, connection anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's nice to have a guy. Like, I don't have that right now. Growing up, I went to the same guy from the time I was like 13, maybe, till like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years ago. The guy was like my age, roughly, maybe a couple years. No. Well, like, he's just like a family doctor. You go to like and like but he'll do anything. You know, I'd go in for anything. And he was like, I don't know, roughly my age, and like clearly on like TRT or something, because every time I'd see him, he'd get buffer. And but I don't have a guy right now. I guess I've got, with Derek's clinic, I've got that doctor that I get to talk to. Right now, I'm like putting it off. I got to go in for blood work. Like, I'm supposed to have done it already. Yeah. It's time for my blood work. It's like I got to do it every 6 months or so. I have to do one, and like they already told me, like, hey, we need that blood work. And then there's like the reminder, like the friendly reminder, and then like weeks have gone by, and I'm like, weeks, dude, I don't want to do my blood work. What
happens if you don't do your blood work?
Well, they can't send me any more medicine.
They're gonna cut you off. Well, they're gonna take away your superpowers.
They would. I mean, and rightfully so. I at some point they gotta be like, hey, we can't keep. They're not gonna send me anymore. I don't need any more right now. Like, I've got plenty. But like next time I'm getting low, I'm gonna have to go get the blood work because, I'll need more juice. But I hate the blood work. That's what this is all about. It's like every time I go, I'm gonna get woozy and nauseous, and I'm gonna need a cold fucking paper towel on my forehead.
How much are they taking from you? Jesus,
like 8 vials, something like that. And it's not that I'm like losing so much that it's like the blood loss is making me woozy. I just don't like that. I don't deal with the blood being taken out of that.
You don't like? Yeah, I don't watch
intravenous stuff, Bob. Yeah. I don't look, but I can, it hurts, and I can hear the blood spraying into the vial. It's spraying so like, I don't know, with such pressure. It's just, and my blood is like almost black. It's so dark. I've got so many goddamn red blood cells.
That's a good thing, though, bro.
It's like dark purple. Like every time they go, ooh.
It's a good thing until it clogs. So you're like,
if it's just dripping, like, I'd be a little worried, right? So.
Yeah, if it was coming out in chunks and spurts.
Yeah,
I just
like fucking ragu.
cyclists and stuff. Sometimes they take that to such an extreme. Their blood is like gravy or something. It's too thick.
Yeah,
Syrup.
I'm prepared to be quite the endurance athlete if I decide to turn that on soon.
See, now though, I have a hot doctor, a hot female doctor.
Oh,
Nice.
And no, it's not nice.
Oh,
it's
no,
not what you think,
terrible.
because like I'm in decent shape and stuff and everything, but I'm like, if I'm worried about certain lumps anywhere, and like I gotta ask her to check them out, and it's like, you know what I mean? And it's
you should tell her.
Weird.
Dude, that's how you hit on her too. This is the perfect way to hit on her professionally.
No.
Here's what you say. All right, here, you're the doctor. I'm you.
We're gonna role play.
I think it's huge. No, wait 1 minute. It gets bigger.
It's cold outside. It's cold outside.
I would say, Dr. Pretty Lady, I need a referral for another whatever she does, whatever her title is. And she's gonna be, oh, wait, why? For someone else? No, for me. No, for me. You moving or no? I just feel more comfortable with someone that I wasn't so attracted to. I find it hard. I find it hard to keep, professional environment relationship between us. Why not hit on her on your way out the door? Because you need somebody checking lumps.
Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. Try that, everyone.
Three women I don't hit on is my doctor, my banker, and my.
She's not your doctor anymore. You're leaving.
What's the third one?
But
You're
it's
leaving.
Accountant.
Yeah, your list is 3 people too long.
She's not your doctor anymore. Like, you just made the case.
No, I need to keep her though. I can't mess that up.
Oh, you'll keep her. You'll never lose.
Is this about supporting the community? Is it one of those types of shit? Do you want to make sure she gets the business?
You give her the
keep
business.
her all to myself. No,
that's what
it's hard to find a family doctor that to stick with these days. Like, a lot of them are out of office a lot, and they use nurse practitioners to check you out half the time. Where mine will like come in and I get to see my actual doctor. So it's like I hear a lot of stuff, even like Canada and USA, where they don't get to see their physical doctors much. Right?
I yelled at a dentist the other day. It's been months now, but because they don't. It wasn't public. I guess they're the front of their office is public-ish. That was when I went in for that fucking emergency root canal. And they didn't have a dentist there who could perform a root canal. Oh, and I was like, well, what the fuck am I doing here for?
How does a dentist not be able to do a root canal?
Like it's even worse. Like, I went on their website and like filled out the form, and they're like, what do you need? And I'm like, emergency root canal. And so like I go in for my appointment, and she's like, hey, can I help you? I'm like, I'm here for the emergency root canal. She's like, oh, okay. And I like go past her through, and it's like a horse trough system of like bays. And like she goes in and like looks at my fucking tooth. She's like, oh yeah, oh wow. She's like, we're gonna take an X-ray, and she like X-rays it, and she like shows me, and then she takes a camera and takes some pictures of it. And then like a dentist comes in, and she like shows me the X-rays and the pictures, and she's like, yeah, you need a root canal. And I'm like, yeah, fucking hop too.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why we bothered with what's got to be.
I brought my credit card and everything.
Yeah, I don't know why we bother with what's got to be $200 or $300 worth of like. Are you going to sign those? Did I put those? Like, I don't know.
Because that's pure
but
profit.
Let's get this out of here. And they're like, no, no one here's like certified to do root canals or anything. So we would need to refer you to our like Atlanta office in Dunwoody or something. They're gonna send me to a different kind of dentist in like fucking Dunwoody or some shit. And it's like, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I paying y'all for? I'm like, I'm not paying y'all anything for any of this. Like, you have wasted my time.
You have wasted my time and my entire day.
I'm gonna sue everybody.
like I paid for parking. Like, this is in a really fancy area.
Can you validate this?
No, they didn't validate my parking. It was,
the nerve of them.
That's
think
weird though, bro. Like, who goes to dentistry school and not know how to do root canal? I thought that was like basics.
I think what it was is they don't want to. I think that's like some sort of business model where they're paying like a fucking junior dentist. Well, that's what I told her. I told the lady out front, and the lady out front got way too defensive because I wasn't attacking her. I was clearly attacking the people in the back. She got a whole attitude. I was like, y'all don't have any dentists here. She's like, did you see the dentist? I'm like, there's not a dentist back there. So what are you talking about? There's 3 or 4. I'm like, No, y'all got a bunch of tooth cleaners back there.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all clean teeth. That's not dentistry. Like, I can fucking brush them up real good. Give me that little swirly thing and Mr. Thirsty. I'll put a tent up outside, hang my fucking shingle too.
Is Mr. Thirsty the vacuum that sucks your saliva out?
I bet there's not a syringe in the room. Oh, that's what they offered me. She was like, we could numb it up for you.
Really?
I was like, are you going to numb me up and send me across the street to the real dentist? They're like, no, the appointment would be like weeks from now. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck
that's
you.
Messed up, bro.
Fuck
that's
you.
crazy.
I broke bullshit. That bitch off and just kept going.
Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds suspect. I don't know.
You should have got your money's worth. Like, does this dick look big to you?
I didn't.
You know what? Scan me again while I'm here. Like, just keep getting X-rays.
No, I didn't pay for any of that. And they tried to contact me because I made a stink about it on here and like maybe mentioned their name or something like that. But I just refused to take their calls.
Yeah. What was, because you said you've been to like 59 countries. What was, I'm sure you had a great time in most of them. There has to be one or a couple that stick out where you're like, God, I'm never going back to blank place.
Yeah, I mean, and bear in mind, countries are vast places. So if a person has a bad experience in one country, that is not indicative of everybody in that country, for example.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, similar to, India's come up already, but I took a trip to India and just ran into some bad people numerous times. They're particularly mistreated my travel partner. I just had a bad luck experience with India, and I kind of like a do-over. Like it was just, got scammed by a few people. Had a couple people be kind of threatening. Just ran into some bad crowd of people there, and I was in Mumbai, which National Geographic magazine said was the worst city on earth. So, I'm going to say that, okay, I just drew a bad card for India, but I'm sure there are some villages or somewhere up in the north that is absolutely stunning. So I'd like a do-over with that. One of my favorite places I've been, though, has been Vietnam. Not only, the food is amazing, but the people there are just really, really cool. And I guess those were actually in the same trip. I was going around the world east to west, and I think having just come from Vietnam, went through Malaysia, went to India, India and Vietnam had kind of the same ingredients. They're poor, they're hot, they're kind of crowded, but the Vietnamese are just gentle people. They're kind to each other. They were kind to us. They work hard. They're just ingenious people. Just watching how everybody has just stitched their life together. There's this wonderful just feeling of collaboration everywhere. Traffic is just bananas. You're in a space the size of a living room with 2 dump trucks, 300 scooters with 5 people apiece and a motorcycle. And right in the middle of it, somebody goes to turn a bus around, but they don't get angry. They just stop, get their phones out and text somebody for a minute and go around, and they just work it out. Traffic laws. One of the best days I had my whole life was I rented a scooter and just took off and just blended in and just got into the flow of traffic. And they're ignoring the traffic laws. They're riding through restaurants and sidewalks, and it's just chaos, but it all works because everybody's going with it. And it's just this really great, mellow, kind of organic feeling. And I was there for 10 days and just had wonderful experiences all over the country. And it's been one of my favorites. People were just great there. Another favorite is the country of Scotland. I mean, people there are hilarious. It's a beautiful country. Everybody's nice. Scotland is one of those places where if you got drunk and lost, somebody would just take you home and give you a bed to sleep in and feed you and get you where you needed to be. Like, they're just giving, nice people. Alaska, I know it's not its own country, but it may as well be. Same thing. I mean, everybody I've met in Alaska, my buddy Shaggy Moore particularly, I mean, everybody, just Tim, all these guys were just, didn't know us from anything, but they were like, hey, you're coming here to race cars. Come on, you can stay with us. We're going to take you to dinner, loan you a shirt, give you a car to drive. Let me show you some good times, take you out to the glacier. Like, everybody we met in Alaska was just cool and open and inviting and just wanted to share what they had. And there's just some places like that I just can't wait to go back to, because everybody there we encounter has just been so cool. So, those 3 are probably my favorites, but again, you can't let a bad experience in one place rule out the whole country, because
Sure.
there's
Yeah,
good people and bad people everywhere, and you can't judge a country by one experience. But
1.5 billion people in India. Not all of them are trying to scam your buddy, but they have those documents like for Europe and everywhere you travel where it's like, hey, you're going to Italy. Here's a scam they try in Italy all the time on Americans. Oh, you're going to Honduras. You're going to India. Like, these are the ones to look out for in that region. What kind of scam did they try and run on your friend? Was it like a bait and switch thing, or a promise of service and then strong arm?
No, it was actually both of us. We were in an Uber going from like the hotel down to kind of like the old part of the city, and we get in an Uber, and the guy speaks a little bit of English, and we're driving along, and I'm kind of watching on the phone, and he's going the right direction, but it's some really, really rough neighborhoods, just pretty sketchy, pretty scary, and there is due to a lot of the pollution, a lot of poor health care, some people don't have access to good health care. There's a lot of birth defects there, and you get people with some really traumatic mutations. And there are people who kind of get groups of these people together, and they'll kind of like mob a car to kind of like, I guess, sort of scare people into giving them money or whatever. And the cab driver was obviously in on.
I'm sorry. This is fabulous. You're telling me that there are criminals down. I missed the country.
India.
There are Indian criminals who organize a group of mutants to attack vehicles, to attack cars and frighten people into giving them money. Or maybe the driver's like, either you give me 10,000 rupees or I put you out in Muty Town.
Well, that was that was kind of how it went down. And I use the word attack. They were not attacking. They were just sort of So we're driving along. Exactly. So we're driving along, and the guy kind of comes to a stop in the car, and like these people kind of come out of the curb, and they're just sort of like kind of reaching in the window a little bit, and they got and some of these people are pretty striking and pretty tragically afflicted with these mutations. And anyway, they're kind of shaking the car a little bit and kind of reaching in and just sort of, kind of reaching for my partner's hair. And, and it's, I didn't really feel like dangerous, but it was kind of alarming. Like, this is not what I planned. And the guy like literally like holds the phone up, like over the seat of the car, and like just turns the app off. And he says something like, basically like 7,000 rupees if we stay here. And 7,000 rupees is about $8, I think. I can't remember the exact exchange rate. But I was like, look, man, I'll give you 20,000 rupees. Get us the hell out of here right now. Because, I'm with her. I'm responsible for her.
Yeah.
And he drove on, and it wasn't like a big deal. We're never like in danger, but it was just, that was the hustle. It was just kind of like alarm some tourists and get some money. And I guess he goes back and gives a cut to them or something. And it just felt a little predatory. We had an incident at the hotel desk where her room card quit working, and she went down to the desk to get another one, and somebody like yelled at her for being a lady and addressing a man. And we just had some bad experiences on that trip. A couple of people in the market kind of a little aggressive, not the real classic hustle, but
the mutant like a car attack is not a bad experience. That's
between the cobras and the mutants.
And Christopher, you are emotionally wealthier for having been mutant attacked. I kind of want to live through that. I want to have this story.
Well, I mean, again, it wasn't an attack. Sure. I don't want to oversell it, but it was people trying to kind of, I guess, intimidate somebody into giving some money. And again, when I'm traveling, I mean, you're always going to get shaken down somewhere for the exchange rate, or the cab driver's going to rip you off or something. It's just, I'm not a wealthy person, but if I can afford to take some of these trips or have an opportunity to go on some of these trips, I am very fortunate. None of these people that are, the shirts you were going to buy for somebody back home started out at, 5,000 dong. Now it's 20,000 dong when you're checking out, whatever. Like, if you get hustled for a few dollars, just consider it a tourist tax. It's not worth getting in a big fight over it. It's not worth making a big deal over it. This guy is obviously not getting rich scamming tourists for another $8 on a cab ride. Like, he's trying to feed his family. This is just how they get by. So, like, don't take it personally. Don't let it ruin your day. Yeah, did that cab ride cost me $12 more than I planned on it? Sure. But fighting this guy and 10 of his friends over it is not going to get me anywhere. I wanted to just go out, have a good day. If it cost me a few extra bucks, fine. Like, do the thing.
Hypothetically, though, how many of these mutants could you have taken?
That was my question.
I mean, there were a good 20, 30 people. I mean, it was a lot of folks. And And again,
countless arms.
Your
Taylor
Honor,
could take 5
permission to treat the
underfed
witness as
Indian
hostile.
mutants with like webbed fingers and stuff. Taylor just batter them.
yeah,
Right?
I have
These
a
mutants
I
have like impaired vision. Come on, how many can you
I
have?
don't-
I don't know. I mean, if they got you on the ground, it could be all over. But I have a friend who grew up in another country that said that was a common thing there too. Sometimes to the point of people even like mutilating other people for that purpose. So it's pretty tragic. I mean, people get desperate in some of these places.
They mutilate
around the
other
world.
people to get money from them, or to
No.
have them join their
no.
clan.
No, he told me that happened a lot of times. Like they would get children and things like that and do things to them to make them more shocking, and then would kind of work them to get either donations or whatnot. And I mean, it's pretty tragic the way people get by, but
Yeah, it's not as much
it's those
fun now.
moments.
Not
I mean, it's those moments though. Like, I was on a boat one time from Morocco back to Spain, and we came across a life raft adrift. These guys were getting swept out of the Mediterranean out into the Atlantic. It was about 8 or 9 guys in a stolen life raft. They all had one article of clothing apiece. They were paddling that thing with boards and sticks and whatever they had. It was pretty much below water level, them in it. And, we did not pick them up on our boat, but they called the Spanish Coast Guard that went out and picked these guys up. And, it's those moments like that, though. And probably the best thing I've gleaned from all of my travels around the world is that, it makes me thankful for what I've got, and again, I drive a $200 car on a daily basis. Like, I'm not a wealthy person, but, most Americans take more fresh water than most people in the world will ever see in their life, and we poop in it and flush it. We are all vastly wealthy even the poorest of us are still vastly wealthy compared to most of the people in the world. Just having that American passport that I can flop down and get on a boat or a plane or a car or a train, go between countries, go wherever I want to go. A lot of people around the world will never have that. So, all those moments, whether it's the mutants or the guys in a life raft or people struggling in a number of countries I've been to, it makes me thankful every day for just having a grocery store with some food in it, or a warm house, or an air conditioner, or, just luxuries like the AC in your car. These people probably never felt air conditioning in their whole life.
It's the difference between a sommelier and a drunk, right? Like
that is the truth.
You got to understand the facets of this shit and why it's doing the thing. You can't just be like, I'm baked. Oh,
I feel like
that's
one's just better
important.
bullshitting, right?
No,
the sommeliers know something because they're being. I watched a Netflix show about it many years
competitions,
ago. Yeah, the competitions, and so like they do know shit. Like they can have a little sip of wine, and most of them are like, oak and a little bit of lemon. Is that lemon rind?
But it's from the hills of Versailles, and during they'll give you locations, area. They'll give you like the entirety of every single thing that they can think of that they can recognize from a certain region and shit.
I just want to clarify as far does sommelier cover like hard liquors and all sorts of things like because that's
whiskeys,
what I was more getting
bourbon,
at, whiskeys
maybe?
And such, like the guys that are experts about that, because those things really are very nuanced. And what I've noticed is that the experts can absolutely tell the difference between a bad whiskey and a superb whiskey, and they can even tell the difference between great whiskey and good whiskey. But when it comes to wine, whenever I see it really put to the test, they'll slip in a $10 bottle of wine and it'll slide right side by side. And with that fancy schmancy, they can't tell.
You couldn't pull that shit with me. Like I'd be like, these aren't real Fruit Loops. This is Acme brand. Get the fuck out of here.
You know how Woody would know? He'd be like, processed sugar. This one's number one. Like, is that a watermelon Skittle I taste in my wine? It's like, yes, it's a Mad Dog 2020.
It's the shit that bums drink, so it'll fuck you up.
Oh yeah, but I think most
Cheetos is.
You could probably fool, because I've seen that shit about sommeliers too, which I'm pretty sure is just wine. That sometimes they slip up and they'll rate like some $25 liquor store brand decently high. I bet you can fool the bourbon people too. That would probably be even easier to fool because it's so fucking strong. So much.
So just based on like all the stuff that I've watched, because I've watched a bunch of the sommelier guys, and it might be Epicurious that has that YouTube channel where they will force those experts. The chocolate expert will have to, is this $5 chocolate or $500 chocolate? Have a bite. And it's usually easy to tell with that.
I watched the cured meats episode of that. Yeah,
sure, they're fantastic. It's fun viewing. But I've also watched YouTube channels that are just about nothing but liquor. It's like, what we do here is we taste these liquors. Here's Conor McGregor's liquor. We're going to tell you what we think about it. And you got 2 or 3 liquor experts, and they sort of, it tastes a little bit like this other one. Yeah, there's a smell of vanilla, but you can definitely tell they cheaped out on the barrels or whatever. Like they'll discuss and rate those things. But again, I've definitely seen those wine experts get befuddled by a $10 house red.
This was like a few years back. I just had to Google it, probably 2018 or something. This was one of those Scotch or bourbon channels, and it was just some old man who would, I guess, sit there and drink Scotch and be like, this is a Highland Moor Scottish 25-year, very high quality. I can taste the peat in that. And like, there's one episode of him that like got memed and viral because it is him like sitting there in a room with the camera panning down, and he's like drinking different kinds of scotch, and his wife is like packing up and leaving behind him. like his life is being destroyed. And it's just like he's sitting there getting a little tanked on bourbon. And it's like, man, I don't know if this is the episode you should have uploaded. People aren't focused at all on the peat.
That's rough.
It's rough, but he must have really liked that whiskey. He uploaded it anyway. Yeah.
I sent you a picture earlier on WhatsApp in the group. Can you show them this gigantic rat that they shot in Ukraine in the fucking
yes,
tunnels or whatever?
Looking at that picture, are you sure the gun's that size?
Dude, I've looked at that picture so much, and what I'm looking at is the gun close up and the rat close up, because I'm trying to tell if one of them is a zoomed in image, and so like the clarity of it would be off or something. But man, it looks real to me. And look, I maybe I'm easy to get one over on, but that looks like a real fucking rat. Maybe it's not a rat, but maybe it's some sort of giant nutria or something that they have there.
Yeah,
but they said it was a rat on the internet, and that tail is so long. And
so
nutria,
as a gun expert, and I look at that gun and think it's a miniature, like it's not a real gun. But I, if you say it's real, then that's the kind of thing you know.
I mean, I don't see anything about that gun that says fake.
I just look at like the size of the clumps of dirt and rocks and twigs, and I'm like, they all look in proportion to the rat, but not the gun to my eye.
You can kind of see some footprints up in the top, but it's you got to be Apache Joe to make anything of those.
No, I think you're literally right about the nutria thing. They do have like those big ass rat looking rodents.
The rodents of unusual size.
Yes, ROUSs.
I believe it's just a legend.
What are those big giant rodents that they have in like Southeast Asia that are like the size of dogs?
Called? The largest rodent.
Oh, those things are cool as shit. They're like super chill. The capybara.
Is that what it is? Oh,
yeah.
Right.
They're like, they'll sit there like I've seen them like taking warm baths and chilling out, and I've seen them with like farm animals just grooming them, and they just sit there like a dog. When you like scritch a dog just right, and he just kind of stares off and is like, yeah. Like they just do that 24/7. They're friendly with every animal in their ecosystem. They're just chill with everything.
And they just get a bad rap for being a rodent.
I don't think they get a bad rap. Capybara, cool. People have them as pets. Look how, it looks like a cartoon.
It looks like photoshopped. Like it's so weird looking.
So
I'm told they're super friendly. And every time I see a video of one, they're like snuggling a dog or playing with another animal in a non-aggressive way.
Yeah, I would definitely have one of those. Like, look at that fucker.
I like an animal that's not scared. Like dogs are curiously outgoing for something that doesn't have a lot of attacks. This is a little off topic. It turns out I like venomous fish. We have some fish with venomous fangs, some fish with venom in spikes, and you'd think they'd be a real problem or aggressive or assholes. No. Fish with venomous fangs swim out in the middle like they don't give a fuck. Yeah. They go and get the food. They swim up to the glass. They look at you. They're not scared. It's the scaredy fish that I enjoy less.
That makes sense. Like the colorful poison ones, kind of like the dart frogs, where like they can just like hang out in clear view, because being in clear view, like everything around them is like, all right, well, that thing's orange. Nothing else is orange. I want nothing to do with it. Like, I don't want to eat that red thing.
You guys, I know Woody's up on the hill over there, far away from prying eyes. But have you put up any Halloween decorations, Taylor?
I have not, but I bought candy today when I was out getting my Pikachu costume. I'm all set up, ready to hand out candy this weekend.
I think I'm gonna do some stuff in the yard. I got a bunch of spider webs and candles, and I got my fog machine, of course. I saw where this guy, I guess they thought that it was Halloween decorations, but it was just a man dead in the yard. And so when they came to cut the grass, they just cut around the dead body and left it laying there all day. And turns out, no, dead guy. North Carolina, China Hill or something was the community. Something
Holy
China.
shit.
Something
How'd he die?
China, something. I don't think they figured that out yet. There's, I think natural causes was part of it. It's like a 35-year-old guy. I'm off my memory. I read the article a couple days ago.
35 and just like laying.
Again, I read the article a couple days ago.
Crazy.
I found it. It's in China Grove, and they thought it was a training dummy, but it was an actual body. This article doesn't imply Halloween's in play, but
yeah, that's why they left it there. They thought it was Halloween decoration. So like the guy cut the grass and drove around a dead man because he thought it was one of those. You know, people do that shit all the time. Yeah. I've seen some gruesome ones online where it's like, holy shit, this is a murder scene. This is crazy.
A couple of my neighbors went ham.
Boat around it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the best possibility there for that groundskeeper. Like that could have ruined his day, but he was still just like, after this, I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A and like, it didn't
no
mess
PTSD
with him.
for me.
Yeah, no PTSD. He just was working. He probably was thinking like, all right, that's a 6x6 square I don't have to deal with because this guy just wanted to decorate in a weird way.
What if he drove over?
It must be one of those animatronic ones. It's gurgling at me.
What if he's like, I told him to clean that yard up. I'm drive over anything they left out here.
Yeah.
He's expecting straw to fly everywhere, but it's just intestines and brain matter.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, one of my neighbors like must have like brought like had dirt shipped in because they like made like a giant grave site with like someone burying like other, you know, fake people obviously in this giant. So there's just like a 5 foot tall by 5 foot wide, like giant pile of dirt sitting in their front yard with like all the decorations around it. Okay. I figure that guy did so much heavy lifting clearly that I don't actually need to do anything other than have candy.
Yeah. You could do like a Halloween type thing where you leech onto him and act like, what do you think of our decorations? What do you think? Yeah. You've got like a bowl of punch and that's it.
A bowl of punch. I'm ladling punch into their pillowcases.
It was Christmas, but there was this one that had an amazing display. You've seen them sync to music and it's outrageous. And the house next to it put a sign with an arrow that said ditto. I thought that was funny.
That is funny.
Have you had a cronut? Do you know what a cronut is?
I know it from Opie and Anthony back in the day when they hated the cronut guy.
So they take a croissant, a really good croissant, and then they deep fry it and they glaze it like a donut. It's incredible. It's so fucking good.
I watched Tacoma FD last night. Do you guys know that show? Have you seen it at all?
Yeah, from the Broken Lizard Squad.
I don't know anything about
the group of actors and producers who made Super Troopers 2, the one on the island with the murders, those guys. Barba, I met one of those guys.
Well, you know something about this that I don't. Anyway, I'm enjoying Tacoma FD, and they had a croissant on the show. Like a new guy got hired, he brought them. My gosh, the chief is a fat dude who loves food, and the way he described this croissant is like buttery and salty and flaky yet moist. I was like, holy shit, croissants are a prize that I don't think I've been appreciating my whole life.
Did you get one?
No.
Oh.
No.
Do you guys ever, I think I've asked this before, do you ever watch how it's made YouTube videos about the food that you're eating at the time? Like if I'm eating chips, like I'll watch a how it's made potato chip edition, or like I'll buy summer sausage at the store and be like, how's this made? And just sit there and eat and be like, neat.
Well, I do the opposite. I do that when I can't eat it.
Oh, that would be torture. I wouldn't like
when I'm dieting. I kind of like, I don't know. It's like watching porn when you can't have sex. Like it almost works. Like you could eat something healthy while you watch red beans and rice get cooked. And like, I'm
wait.
oh,
The parallel breaks down. Like watching porn when you can't have sex, you do kind of have sex. It's just a three-way with two people missing.
Yeah.
But when you're watching food, it's a three-way with three people missing. It's not
somehow it satiates me. Somehow I'll want food so badly if I'm cutting weight, dieting, whatever. But I'll be watching nothing but Chef John from foodwishes.com on YouTube, like his whole catalog of him cooking all these and taking notes and diligently, like when I can eat, I will eat this. Like, that'll happen. It's almost like being in prison for food.
That makes it so much harder. Or it would for me. Like it's not like watching porn, not having sex. It's like watching porn and not jacking off.
Oh, I eat an apple or
just
something.
Just like sitting there watching pornography, being like, No, like,
you take a
no one who does that.
You stroke a raw carrot while you watch him cook, and it's the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I wouldn't like that.
I love it.
A good How It's Made food video in a while.
I've seen all the OG How It's Made, like when they're making whatever tennis rackets to bowling balls.
That show's awesome.
That was my background jam for like 2 years until I ran out, and I was like, I know how you make stainless steel. Get out of here.
You know who? It's adjacent to How It's Made. Or at least some of them were. Do you remember that old Food Network show, Unwrapped, that had that very festive music? And he would always intro it like, turn of the century, 1904, and a brand new candy making its appearance at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis. Let's take a look at it. And I'm like, let's take a look. Take me on a
day on Unwrapped, Laffy Taffy. And then the music kicks in with a quick little montage.
Yeah, and they show you the finished product, and they show you how it's made, and then usually they show you like the original taffy. How it was made. Yeah, I like all that stuff. I hope that guy's not dead.
Confectionery, or well, that's it. It's a disgusting confectionery. We don't really need to make.
And I wouldn't watch ones of like candy. Like I don't want to know how good and plenties are made.
Woody, you must be a saltwater taffy expert. Why do people enjoy it so much?
I never did. Yeah, so they sold it where I grew up at the beach. It was tough. There's stores dedicated to saltwater taffy. They made it on the boardwalk. You could see the like 60-year-old machines like stretching and pulling it. But it looks so good. If you were to see the making of it, especially in person, and smell it, it might pull you in. But then you get it and you're like, how disappointing.
Oh, I think it's great. You just have to suck on it for a long time to kind of soften it because it's harder.
It gets tougher when you
got to keep fucking sucking it, sucking away.
It wrong?
Dude, I remember when I was...
You got to register to eat that taffy.
It's the worst possible thing to eat when you have... I ate a piece when I had braces when I was like 15, and I think I tore off like 5 brackets on one piece of it. There was like dangling.
So the subject was Ask Reddit, and it was like, for those of you who fucked around and found out, what'd you learn? And one guy is like, if you stick a 9-volt battery on your braces, it burns the rubber bands and is a very embarrassing thing to explain to your doctor. And the top comment was like, Doc, you were very specific about saltwater taffy, bubblegum, and Jolly Ranchers, and you didn't say anything about batteries. This is on you. Yeah, that made me laugh.
Kind of is. You know,
yeah, right?
They should have told them don't put batteries. You need to assume your patients are retarded, clearly. Yeah, I remember that was not worth it. That one piece of taffy was like 2 hours in the dental chair getting lectured.
The opposite of that is at Dolly. I remember at Dollywood, which is Dolly Parton's theme park in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, I think, or Pigeon Forge. They have this gigantic like fryer where they're frying like 10 pounds of potato slices, like cut the potatoes up in coins, and they're just like shuffling them back and forth on this giant fryer thing. It smells so good. And then they bring them out and drizzle them with cheese, and they hand them to you in baskets so hot that you can't eat them. It was the best. I remember that all the time. I think about those French fries all the time.
Twice a week, I'm back there in fucking Pigeon Forge.
I'm not even kidding. I think about those fries once a week for the rest of my life since I was 8 years old. There were bald eagles flying over us in that place. It was.
Did you get them again? Will that ever be recreated? Live the dream.
I mean, I got to
never meet your heroes.
Yeah, just make your own fries.
Okay. You can.
I don't need to support her liberal agenda, giving children books.
Do people still have old school braces like Taylor's story?
I don't know.
Woody, did you see the like ransomware thing that's been happening with casinos in Vegas?
Not at all. Tell me.
So it's not my area of expertise at all. So I can read an article and still not exactly understand. But It says MGM reeling from cyber chaos 5 days after attack at Caesars. Basically, it seems like all of their slot systems and everything are interconnected, and I guess they hacked them, took control of them, and wouldn't give them back without a ransom being paid, like millions and millions of dollars, and the casinos are paying. There's a link to it there. I think they're maybe the second casino that's paid these guys.
What do they make the machines do? Just
maybe
fail
not
to work? I was hoping they made them pay out.
That would be.
Yeah, that'd be some like Ocean's 13 stuff.
It'd just be interesting if like suddenly you had a 52% chance of winning. Boom. You know, like not super duper obvious, but people making money.
Like I don't know. There you go. And it's everything now. They're obviously, if you play poker, you're in the card room, you're in the poker room, and there's dealers there and there's people there. It's a people oriented game. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how much they paid. I don't know if you skimmed the. I don't want to read deep into it on the show because I get distracted. But it was a tremendous amount of money.
Was it? I'm scanning.
There we are. Yeah, I lost you guys for a minute.
33.
That's the value of the company, right? It's like 33 billion.
What are you looking up?
We're going back. So Kyle was explaining that someone was able to hack into several casinos' slot machines, take control of them to some extent, maybe just disable them, and get ransoms out of casinos. And anyway, they paid. I think Kyle said more than one casino has paid their ransom so far.
So they demanded $30 million ransom from Caesars, but the company ultimately agreed to pay about half that, sources say. The cost will be partially mitigated by Caesars cyber insurance. But my understanding is they just turned all of their electronic gaming off. So that meant sports booking. That meant all of the games that you see in those, alcoves and stuff, just everywhere.